Hello and welcome to the DreamLeague Overtime Show. We're going to go over everything that happened this week so far. We're going to talk about TI winners. We're going to have some special guests and much, much more. So let's get started. We're going to see so many things, and we're actually starting this off together with Gods, Odie Pixel, and Sir Action Slax.
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Woo.
Who indeed? We're going to have Matuma Man and Papita in the studio. Yep, and much more. Indeed, we are. I found myself a comfy spot. Actually, this is not comfy at all. I did it wrong.
You gotta mold it.
I gotta really mold
I'm
it.
used to sitting on beanbags.
I've been sitting here for 6 hours getting this beanbag to perfect shape. The contour around my body. I don't even know what that word means, but it's contour.
There's definitely an art to it. I think I've perfected it right now. This is pretty nice. All right, we're gonna start things off, guys, with the biggest news, really. The results have been pretty crazy so far
Spoilers.
here in this Dream League. So, the most crazy result, Slacks, I think, is definitely Liquid getting eliminated in the first round.
Of course, yeah. Liquid, a lot of people said they were going to win this major. They were back in form. They'd been missing for quite some time, didn't have their full rosters, had some unfortunate luck in the majors. And this time, when they were supposed to be back at full strength,
Yeah.
they're just out, Chiefs.
Yeah, Chaos having a very fast gameplay. Like, it was a 25-minute game. It was pretty brutal.
It was a stomp. Yeah, Liquid didn't even play that game. It was just bam. It was over. It was brutal.
Yeah,
it was not clean. It was
not clean at all.
Very messy.
No.
The social media reactions were there was an outpour of social media reactions to that elimination. Gods, it was so crazy to see Liquid out in the first round.
And this is the first major they've had their full roster. So up until now, you could say, first major of the season, they weren't really playing for. Second one, Miracle couldn't go last minute. So
You look like a sexy model. I love it. It's so good. Oh.
Yeah.
This is the overtime show.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
go on anyways, Liquid.
No, I was talking about the reactions from
Yes.
people. We were talking the social media reactions.
First major, they had their full roster, so expectations were high. They didn't meet those expectations. Brazilian fans, on the other hand, they loved those results.
They
but
loved it.
The Liquid fans,
Yeah.
a bit disappointed.
Yeah, we have some reactions that we saw
Wow.
from chat.
Let's not show the rude ones.
Don't worry, we won't. Some person indeed embracing the Dream League dreaming aspect here. It is indeed just maybe a bad dream and some candles were lit.
Oh.
And then, of course, the biggest question is, do you guys think that it will still be, will Liquid reach TI in the normal fashion? This is the third major already.
Of course they will. Of
Come
course
on.
There
they
you
will.
go.
There's a couple of majors left in the circuit. They're easily going to get the points for top 12. There's no way that this team doesn't make the top 12 by the end of the ZPC.
Of course.
Yeah.
And, they're the longest standing team in Dota history.
They are.
I mean, this is not going to be a setback. They're going to figure it out. They'll
That
be
means they're
back.
the next team to break, though. Does it not?
What did you just say to me? The next team to break?
The break and fall apart.
Oh, my God.
No, I don't think so. I do think, however, that we have to keep an eye out for these teams coming out of China at the moment, because they haven't had the best year. Of course, they did get second at TI, but now there's 3 of the 4 Chinese teams here at the Stockholm Major that are in the top 6. Better yet, they're in the upper bracket, Slacks.
Heck yeah, China's bringing it. They know TI9 is on the horizon. This is their year, and they are showing up. Although some would say that the whole rhetoric of the Chinese teams doing bad is quite the fallacy.
The rhetoric.
Not I, though.
Not you.
Not you.
Not
They
you.
were garbage, and now they're back.
Well, the onus is on them to show just where Chinese Dota is right now.
Do you care to elaborate, Guns?
No.
They sure have had some convincing games, right, Owen?
Absolutely. No, I think you're looking at this tournament, and at the moment, I think you've got to say China's going to take it. The odds are looking to go China's way. They have 3 teams in the upper bracket. They've knocked everybody else down. I don't think things are going to change too much on the main stage. I think you are going to see I wouldn't be surprised if we get 2 Chinese teams in the final. I think you got to go China's way. You got to go China's way on this major.
But secret? No secret from the low bracket? You don't believe?
Honestly, they got the way they got knocked down. I think China's got secret figured out. I think they do. I think they've obviously looked towards this tournament. All these Chinese teams, they knew that the team to beat was Team Secret. I think they've got a lot of preparation done in place for this team, and they're ready for them.
Yeah, Team Secret coming into this, they had a massive win streak, and at some point, 21 games, they were looking to be a team maybe even at least coming within a hand's reach of breaking Newbie's record of 28 games in a row won. But Vici Gaming, of course, the ones to break that win streak.
You know, I still believe in Secret, though. In this tournament especially, they are making the meta. People are copying their heroes, they're copying their play styles, and when somebody's making the meta, that means that they're the most comfortable in that meta. And Puppy, you know, he was up today talking to us, and he just was beaming with confidence.
He was,
they're going
actually.
to do very well.
They almost seemed happy that they'd lost. Mid1 said before they lost,
Yeah,
like,
he
we
wanted
want
to
to
lose.
lose.
Yeah.
And then Zai, before today, there was a little clip of him. He's like, yeah, we learned a lot from that loss. We're feeling really good right now. If I had to put a prediction on who's going to win it, I think I'd predict Secret right now, even though they're in the lower bracket. This team just reeks confidence.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of Puppy, Puppy is one of the many TI winners that are still actively playing Dota. And I say many, but there's not actually. If you're thinking about it, there's 40 people that won TI, right?
Is that math right?
We've only had 8 TIs, and
there's
there's been
10,
8 times 5 is 5, 10. Yeah, it's 40. Yeah, it is.
All right. Well,
It's 40.
Oh, it was.
12 of those are at this major.
12?
12.
My
Holy whoa.
goodness.
Actually, 13 if you count AUI as a
I'd count him. He's a coach.
14 if you count Bulldog.
That's true.
15 if you count Slack.
That's right. Second place,
Yeah.
but technically
That
first.
doesn't count. That really doesn't count.
It does,
Yeah.
technically.
For people curious, of course, the entire lineup of Liquid hasn't changed since they took the TI title. We also have Y here, as well as S4. And actually, there's a lot of people from the former EG here. We got Sumail, we got Fear, we got Universe, PPD.
We've got the whole gang, right?
We got the whole gang,
Wow,
if
yes.
you indeed include AUI.
What?
Wow.
You did?
That's everybody.
Yeah.
That is
We
everybody.
could have a show match.
Oh, we could have a shuffle.
We
They just
should
got
have a
knocked
shuffle.
out. Maybe that's going to be the new squad.
Oh my gosh.
Back together, the old EG boys.
They could call them TI time.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird though, because on one hand you got Liquid who stuck together after TI, still doing well. On the other hand, you got EG that right after TI changed already a player and are still active in Dota 2, but all in their own separate teams.
Yeah, they almost changed region, basically.
Yeah.
They dropped a lot of the NA guys.
Yeah.
So quite a lot of shuffles over there.
It's pretty crazy, yeah, that entire team has split different directions now. But here they are,
They're
still
all there.
performing. I mean,
They're all
that
there,
really
the
goes to
major.
show, some of that talent is just, never lasting. I'm almost surprised there's not more than 12. I would have
Yeah.
thought we would have more than 12 TI winners here. Obviously, the most recent maybe one's OG not qualifying, and then if you go back a bit further, Wings, they kind of went their different ways.
Yep.
So that's probably why.
But at least we've got the most important one here. Better yet, we got the most important player here because we have a chance to talk to Matuma Man, who is in the
Oh.
studio today as
No.
well.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
TI winner.
it be?
TI winner,
Matuma
Matuma
Man.
Man.
Here he is.
Here he is.
Gracious.
Matuma Man, please take a beanbag. Make yourself comfortable.
Take a bean, boss.
Don't take a beanbag, but sit down on the beanbag. Don't walk in and walk off of it.
Plant a bean, buddy.
You can sit how you want.
Hello, hello.
Been a long time.
A really long time. I
Yeah.
think your casting was great, but I think your co-caster was a bit
He was
more
pretty good.
handsome,
He was
actually.
oh, you insulted
I was
Mark?
angling that.
Oh.
I see you've perfected the art of getting comfortable on the
This is not comfortable.
very-
I have to admit.
These
like,
are some strange
Move it down a
beanbags.
little bit. There you
There we
go.
go. That's the God's pose.
Matuma Man,
Sideways is good.
Yeah. Look
we're
at this.
we're talking about about TI. We're talking about TI and more specifically about Dota that as a TI player after TI. How has it been for you? And how have you? Because you're still motivated as ever. You're still playing in the same squad. Obviously, some other people have had an entirely different road. How was it for you? What kind of impact has it had on your road after
Leo, he's thinking.
Wait, what are you trying to
Did
ask
you
me?
question-
all
did
right,
you
oh,
que-
can we translate this for me? Okay.
Did you question your existence and all things you know to be real after you won TI? And for how
Yeah,
long?
it was
Yeah,
on camera.
kind of. I feel like sometimes I'm in a dream and it's not actually true. I might be like a vegetable in some like tubes.
Maybe you
some
are, and
hospital.
people are
I'm
trying
just
to drop
dreaming
you
this.
hints to wake up right
I mean,
now.
it would explain the existence
Wake
of
up,
flax.
Matu.
I know.
What? That conversation got away from me. I got lost. Matu, I believe what Shiver was trying to say is a lot of people fall off after TI. They get unmotivated. You guys seem just as motivated, if not more. Talk about that. Is that real?
I mean, I think it's not really real in a sense. Like when you win TI, obviously you're like usually the motivation for every Dota 2 pro is to win TI, and once you achieve the goal, it's hard to keep the motivation going on because like you kind of achieved everything already. Like what's there more to achieve? And obviously you could aim for the second TI. I mean that's like usually the goal for a guy who has one TI already, unless you're Bulldog, and it's like it's rough sometimes. So it's you have to find like new sources of motivation all the time. Like maybe going to the gym and like maybe expanding some other like parts in your life. Like do something else a little bit, and then you get more refreshed to come back to Dota.
What did you do?
For me, I think it's like I like snowboarding a lot, and this kind of stuff was. I mean. Nothing much really. Like I mean, I personally I enjoy spending time with friends, so that's the most like that actually like refreshes my mind the most.
So after TI, you just made sure you invested some time into snowboarding and spending time with friends.
Pretty much, yeah.
You feel like you're back at the same point where you were before you won TI in terms of motivation to win a TI?
No,
Do you think that will ever come back?
I think so, yeah. But at the moment, I mean, getting 16th place as a major, you can't with solemn heart that you know I didn't have the same motivation. Otherwise, we wouldn't be 16th place. So, I mean, I can't put myself to say that. I just can't.
That's the glass half empty. Glass half full, you got 13th place, Matu.
Hey!
I mean, yeah. There was 3 other teams on the last place with us.
Oh.
Nice.
Yay!
You should just be happy you were alive, Matu.
I mean, I agree.
If I won that much money, I would have bought a Chick-fil-A and eaten it until I died.
I mean, we went to McDonald's, so
Aw,
Close enough.
that's depressing.
Close enough.
You went to
it was not that good actually. Had better McDonald's.
life just never gets better.
All right, Matu, I know you're going to join us for the rest of the show, so it is time for our next topic.
Oh.
And the next topic is actually DreamLeague lore, because DreamLeague has been
Lore?
around for a very, very long time.
Wow.
And Matu, who do you think here is the top participantist?
What?
In Dota 2?
Participantist?
Participant.
The
Participationist.
Who's been here the longest time, Madu?
Which
I
team?
mean, like team or like
Team.
Which team has been
Teams.
at most Dream Leagues?
team. Dream Leagues, most Dream Leagues.
Yeah. I'm putting you on
I
the
would
spot.
say Virtus Pro.
Oh,
What?
Oh,
that is
Isn't that good?
incorrect.
Is it incorrect?
I
It was a
believe
good
so.
guess, but it was
I think
incorrect.
they're like the third most.
Oh.
They're third on the list,
Hello,
aren't they?
Ty.
No, they're right.
Oh, he was right!
He was right.
He was right!
I was like, did I write it down wrong?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
Easy,
correct
easy.
answer would have been VP and Navi.
Yes.
That's
I
what
mean,
we're looking
I
for.
see
I mean,
VP first in this list.
That is correct.
that's true.
He nailed it.
Yeah, Navi has been in 7 as well. Why Navi? It's so sad that they're not also doing better. They're a
Shame.
good brand in Dota 2.
Shame.
It is a shame. Here they are.
Yeah.
Well, they'll be back one day. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. All memes aside, they actually will be back
They will
one
be.
day. I believe
they're
it.
on the up. I'll be interested to see what they do after this major. Are they going to make changes? I don't think they need to. I think they're still on. They're going in the right direction, these lads.
I would definitely make changes.
Okay.
Didn't they place last?
Yeah.
Why would you not make changes?
Well, I mean, is saying Liquid should make changes?
Well, no, that's liquid.
Okay. So VP, you know, at least the upside of them, they won one of the Dream Leagues. Navi did not.
Oh.
Better yet, but they came second 3 times.
That's good.
That's not bad.
That is not
You
bad.
add 3 second places together, that's a first and a half of a first.
Would you say that? So they're better than VP?
No.
Maybe? I mean, no.
It took a lot
You have
longer.
to think about it. Yeah.
I was thinking about it. Like,
It was a tough
when
one.
you measure like the old Navi versus like VP's reign of like power, it's like I think VP was better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're still kicking it. They're still in.
They're still at the top. They certainly are. After today, they look pretty incredible.
Yeah. Now, which team, Gods, this one is for you. Which team do you think has won the most Dream Leagues?
The Secret or Liquid or Alliance?
Well, you can't mention all of them.
I think there's a limit on how many you can go for, eh? We need a final answer.
Team Secret.
That was the first one I said.
It was.
Yeah, it was. Better yet, Team Secret has participated 3 times and won all 3.
Oh, no.
Oh.
That's a 100% win rate.
Yep.
It's pretty decent.
Dang, oh.
Can't argue with the stats.
You got to nerf them.
Do you though? They're doing really good. They have, of course, dropped a series against Vici Gaming earlier this week. You think they're still on top of their game, considering they already, they were qualified for TI? Is this going to be continuing on?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's you look at that it was the end of a streak, but they had that streak, So it doesn't really matter that they lost the series. It's still a team that won 20 or so games in a row. This team is still absolutely hot stuff, and you can't really take much away from them for the one series loss.
It was a very close series. That like all 3 games were really tight. Both teams were playing great Dota. Like that to me was maybe next to VPEG one of the 2 best series of the tournament so
For
far.
sure.
I mean, I think Secret went a bit overboard with the drafts to win the games. They had an ODLD animation course, so pretty much 3 carries, so can't really expect to win with that shit.
Matuma Man, are you planning on sticking around here in Stockholm to watch the games live from the Annexit? What's your plan for the weekend?
I mean, unfortunately, yeah.
What?
I kind of have to stay here, so it's gonna be great, guys.
We got him trapped,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sucker. Because I want to thank you for joining us on the overtime show. We're gonna replace you.
You're out.
All right, can I leave now?
You just told us you have
Do I
nowhere to go.
permission?
Get the hell out.
I'm out.
Bye, Matu.
Bye, Matu.
Later, Matu.
Bye.
Don't worry, though, guys.
We love you.
We're gonna not just send him off without someone to replace him. We have a replacement.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's none other than Pepita.
Papita.
Pepita.
Hell yes.
Papada.
Bring him out here.
Bring him on.
Hey.
Hello, sir.
What up, Pepita?
Now let's see how comfortable you can get in the
There we
beanbag.
go.
You get one chance to not look completely uncomfortable.
I mean, Matu prepared it for me.
It is nice.
He did.
It's nice. Yeah.
Actually, yeah. You seem to have. You nailed it.
It's kind of unfair to come after Matu because people are gonna be like, Omega Lul who, Who's coming?
No.
He's a TI winner.
What are you talking about?
What are you on
Well, no
about?
Pepita.
You're a staple.
Huh? I know. I will
Don't
try
be
to
so. Don't
give
be
my
so
best
humble.
insight.
I don't want to be this guy, but you're also ripped as hell. I had no idea. Jesus, dude.
How do you not know?
I am
You
no.
not seen
I just
Pepita before?
the gaming jerseys. They look at those spiders. Jesus.
I mean, we can hit up the gym together if you
There you
want.
go,
So.
son.
No thanks.
All right. Before we're gonna ask some questions to Pepita, which we will,
Oh, yeah?
we're also gonna ask you to ask us questions.
Oh,
And of
no.
course, we are live on Caffeine TV
Woo!
and has a new integrated chat system. So make sure you register. It's something completely different than what you've experienced before, and it is still in pre-release. So any feedback, please head over to Caffeine TV and give them that feedback, because they are still trying to improve and make sure that everything is as good as they can get. And make sure to sign up and ask us some questions so we have something to talk about in a little bit.
When
And,
do we talk about the lore?
Oh,
We did.
we did.
That was
There was
literally
no
what.
wizards. There was no magic. Who created Dream League? I thought that was the lore. All
I
right,
don't know.
forget it.
How does it feel to be here in Stockholm, Sweden, Pepita? It's not the first time, though, right?
No, it's the second or third time, I don't remember. But we came for the minor last year,
Yeah.
and I really like it because I like this weather the most of all that I went.
Then
really like the
wow.
cold, the snow.
Then you're living in the wrong country.
Yes. Any alliance contacts here?
Yeah, there you go. Hey, they're having a reshuffle, aren't they? Get your foot through the door.
Yeah, I mean that is the way to do it. So, how is the team? Because obviously you guys got knocked out. How are you guys doing?
I mean, we kind of knew, like we were heading up against angry secret, an angry
Yep.
secret,
Mm-hmm.
because they always play like this in the tournament. Like if they get knocked out, they will come back like
Yeah.
so much stronger that it's unreal. I think like we watch the Beachy and Secret series because we had to prepare for them, and we saw like they didn't play their best that day, but we knew they were gonna come like with something much more prepared and just aiming to win the tournament, because that's always what they do. And we recognize that as a team. We only had 1 or 2 weeks together, and we just accepted it, and we need to accept it to get better then.
Yeah, we also are gonna have you on for the rest of the show. So welcome. And our next topic is gonna be social media posts. That's right. During the Stockholm Major so far, you guys have been amazing, and there's also a lot of you that have been letting us know what you're doing during that time and how you've been enjoying the show. And we've got some posts to show you guys, although we can't read it because it's too far away.
I think it says I love Chalice's hair.
Oh, that is
Something-
nice.
Yeah.
Really?
Something about his hair. I mean, they've drawn some anime thing
It
on
is
him.
some spiky hair.
Yeah.
Cool.
It is some spiky hair.
I wish I had hair still.
Maybe they could Photoshop some on for you as well.
There you go.
Hey,
Chat.
Go to the gym with Pepita. He'll
Hey.
fix up some hair.
No.
Sir Action Slacks and Admiral Bulldog look very alike.
What?
What?
It's true.
No.
Who is more angry with this?
What? Yeah, who's
Bulldog or
this?
Selection Select?
Probably him right now. Me and him trade off. When we first met and I interviewed him in Manila,
Yeah.
you know, he wasn't looking his best. And now, the opposite has happened.
He worked out. He did.
He got me.
Bulldogs on.
Every story Sir Action Slack tells makes me question how he's survived so far.
Elusiveness is how you live. Ask any lizard in the wild.
Yes.
I think if we start,
Right,
we start
right.
talking to lizards in the wild, we're headed down a slippery slope.
That's right. If they can predict you, they can kill you, Sheever. That's the method of that story.
But lizards, I mean, they're pretty predictable, right?
No. Next question.
Next.
All right. So far, it has been quite the road. It's been 7 days.
Whoa!
A lot of things have
7
happened
days.
in the studio and in the games of Dota 2. So I thought it would be great to talk about what we all like most in the studio. And I'll start, actually.
Okay.
Yes. And for me, I have been loving seeing Enigma back, specifically in the game that Fnatic played against Ninjas in Pajamas, where Ninjas in Pajamas were winning the game, tying the series, would have tied the series, but then DJ came with the black hole and turned it around, and that's the thing that can happen when you have an Enigma on your team. I love seeing Enigma back in Dota 2, and the meta, as we saw it in the series earlier today as well, the big team fights, that's my kind of Dota.
That's a lot of fun to watch. It's just a shame because the hero is so popular at the moment.
Yes,
It's
it
getting
is
banned
banned.
out in the first phase.
Yeah.
A lot of the times with these top teams, they just don't let it be played because it's that good.
Gods, what was your highlight of the major so far?
There's been a lot of great Dota. My most fun has been watching Slack slowly go insane, though. Every single day, him getting tortured by fun red buttons. This here, like this is what people love DreamLeague for. Slack's tearing his a pinata apart with his mouth. I don't think I've ever met someone who's more insane in my life, and I love it.
What is he eating?
Hi, I'm right here. Hello.
Explain, Slack.
Well, there's not much to say. Just you and me, buddy.
Owen, what was your highlight?
Oh, there's been so many, but I personally enjoyed sort of seeing how Bulldogs come into this, and we put him through the works really here at DreamLeague.
Yeah.
We've really tested him, made sure that he knew exactly what he signed up for today, you know, giving him this full doctor's assessment. He did not expect this when he said he would come over to DreamLeague, but hey, this is the DreamLeague. This is what we do here. We do crazy stuff. and we make you question why you'd ever want to work this event. And I think that's what we did right here with Bulldog.
It's how we make sure we have job security.
Scare you. Yes, the competition off.
Come out.
How about you, Slack?
My favorite part, well, you guys are very meta. I just like watching Sheever try to catch stuff. It just went on over and over again. They were just throwing some nail polish, and she tried to catch it like 7 times, and it never happened.
I was wearing the tiniest.
Look at you. You tried to catch it so many times, Sheever. There's just... God, watching it again is just as magical. How did you miss that? Anyway, I don't think I'll ever forget it. This has been burned into my mind forever.
Well, nightmare for me. How about you, Pepita? What did you like most?
Well, it's of course when we won against eHome, I think we play really well as a team there, and we learn a lot from it. The gameplay from start to finish was super good. Some players didn't have the best game, but they overcame it and just play as a team. So that for me was the best.
Dang. I wish I said
was a
that
good
was my
series.
favorite moment, too.
Do you find like I mean, you guys had a tough 2-0 loss against Secret. Do you find you still learn a lot when you're versing a team that good?
Yes, we watch the replay minute to minute. Every single time we lose a game, we do that, and we can see like why are they so much better in this series. We talked about like supports playing together, playing as a team in different parts of the game, how they took care of their cores, and yeah, we actually learned a lot from those series.
That's good.
It is good. We have, by the way, now finally gotten some questions from the community.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, let's hope they were screened first. I mean,
Caffeine.
Yeah.
what they put in chat.
First question. And what is your favorite childhood show? Pepita, what's your favorite childhood show?
I think I watched a lot of Rugrats. when I was
Rugrats.
really
Yeah.
little.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was a good one.
We had that too.
That was a good one. We had that in the UK as well, yeah.
Universal. Was it in the US as well?
Yeah, I sometimes feel like Chucky Finster myself.
There's a Rugrats movie.
There was a
Yeah.
few.
It's not good.
It was a great
No,
movie.
dude, they had groundbreaking stuff with the first film.
Yeah.
They involved, we're doing the census here. They were the first movie to have smell-o-vision. You would go to the cinema, you got a scratch card that at certain points of the movie, you would scratch off a bit and you'd whiff it, and it would smell like, I don't know, feces and like
Oh
sick
my
and stuff.
God.
They did that. It was the first film to do
I'm
smell-o-vision.
surprised that never took off. That's great. How could
It
that
was,
happen?
it was breakthrough at the time.
What was your favorite
I need time. I need time.
All right, God,
I'm sorry.
go.
Probably just Pokemon. I love watching Pokemon every Sunday morning
yeah.
cartoons. Pokemon new episode every week. That was great.
How about you, Owen?
Probably good old Hey Arthur, Arthur. You guys
The
watched
turtle,
that one,
right?
right? Yeah, with the, I can't remember what animal is he meant to be?
Turtle?
No, it's not a turtle. Arthur.
No, he's an anteater. What the hell?
No, he's not. Is he an anteater?
Yes.
Okay, he's an yeah,
I'm
Arthur.
thinking of a different show.
That was a
What's
great
all with
series.
turtles?
Yeah,
I don't know anything
Turtles.
about that. I don't
No,
know. We
see-
didn't have that.
Hey,
Arthur.
hey, what a wonderful
Look
kind
at
of
the
day when we
Hey!
work to learn and play
Play!
and get along with each. Yeah, it's a great theme song. Great
Yeah.
show.
How
Yeah.
about you, Slacks?
I liked Law and Order SVU.
That's not a
not a
child
kid's-
show.
Was for me. Learned a lot.
That explains a lot.
I didn't really get to watch that many cartoons when I was a kid, but for me, we had a show called Number 5 of the Four Musketeers.
What? That's just wrong.
We did.
It's just incorrect.
Is that-
That's a false statement.
Did your parents make it?
It had a song as well.
Were you
What? 1, 2, 3, 5. That's how we count in the Netherlands.
Oh, it was about this guy who really wanted to be a musketeer, but he was not one of the four musketeers, and he was like super clever, and he was like a MacGyver, but then
They
in
made a show
musketeer
out of
camp.
it?
Yeah, it was an animated show.
Are you sure this is real?
Yes, Number 5 of the Four Musketeers.
It sounds
I know the song.
How's it go?
No, it's Dutch. I don't want to sing it. Zing
Un,
it.
deux,
All right.
trois,
Nope.
cinq. That's
Geef
how
hem
we
een
count
touwtje en
them.
steed hem een houtje. Een schroef, een scharen verspeld. Hij doet er wat mee, hij krijgt een idee en iedereen staat versteld. Zijn naam is Albert.
Wow,
Oh,
that sounds...
That does sound real.
Nummer 5 van de 4 Musketeers.
It does
He's
sound
not
real.
making it up.
Wow, I learned something
Alright.
new today.
Let's
yeah.
go forward and talk a little bit about the Dota 2 that is coming your way in
Oh.
a couple of days, because we are moving to the Annexit and we are going to have 6 teams playing on the stage. And I want to hear from you guys what you think is going to happen. But Peter, you want to go first? The 6 teams, of course, we got still in the pool. We got LGD, Vici, and Keen, the 3 Chinese teams, Fnatic, and then Secret MVP join as well. What do you think?
For me, Secret is gonna come back so much into this tournament. They're probably gonna have to face Vici for me in the lower brackets, and they will correct their mistakes and just aim to go to the finals and just win the whole thing. I would say they will have to fight LGD. Maybe that's the grand final. That's my prediction, but Secret for me is gonna win it.
Do you think LGD, even with the stand-in, is still just as well? The replacement for maybe is still just as strong.
Yes, I think their system, as how they work together, how they work to improve as a team, and how they make this new guy adapt to their play style with his heroes. It worked super well, and so I think they will be grand finalists as well.
How about you, Owen? What do you think is going to happen?
I mean, as I said, I think we're going to see just the Chinese teams take over, continue to just take off in this tournament, China versus China in the finals, because I feel like you're going to see at this tournament as well, the fact that there's 3 Chinese teams left, you know, in China, they're all very proud, so they're going to push it to 11. You know, it's no good just being, you know, one of the top 6 teams, one of the 3 teams from China still in. You have to be the best team in China. Otherwise, you know, we know how the Chinese forums are. The memes are brutal. So you're going to see all of these teams push it to 11, and I think that's going to propel one of these 3 to the championship title.
Awesome. Well, it has been a lot of fun here at the Overtime show, and if you loved it just as much as us, don't worry, there will be another one on Sunday evening after the main broadcast, so make sure you tune in then again. And as well, thank you everybody in the chat's been spamming hearts. It's very lovely. I like that. Chat's
That's
being nice.
nice.
This
I
is nice.
like
We're
the
a
caffeine.
wholesome
I
show,
like the
family
caffeine chat.
show.
Caffeine.
All right, guys, let's
Keep those hearts going, Caffeine
guys,
TV.
we gotta
We
go
love
ahead for the door. We're
Oh.
going.
I'm stuck.
Well,
I'm not getting up.
Get up and go.
Go.
We're gonna see you next time.
Oh,
Bye
the
bye.
knees.
All right, bye.
Slacks, we're gonna wait until you get up.
I'll help you up.
All right.
Come on, I'll help the Americans.
Give me that.
Oh, jeez. Get out of here.
Caffeine.
Goodbye, good night, everybody.